How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, this time we're going back to Scotland. For those that don't know, in the past few weeks, Scotland has rolled out the smoking ban. It's already been introduced in England and Wales. Scotland is its own entity because justice has been devolved there. They look after their own like courts and prisons and stuff. This is a story on the BBC website. Link in the description below. Headline reads: vaping kits for prisoners to cost 150 grand. More than £100,000 has been spent buying vaping kits for inmates in Scottish jail, it has emerged. It follows a nationwide ban on smoking in prisons which came into force at the end of November. The Scottish Prisoner Service has given out about 7,500 of the vaping kits. It is said it would make long-term savings through improvements to the health of staff and prisoners. However, campaigners have questioned whether it is good value for money. About 72% of inmates smoke compared to 16% of Scots in the wider population. Responding to a Freedom of Information request, the Scottish Prison Service said it expected the total cost of the vaping kit scheme to cost about £150,000. Each vaping kit supplied by the Prison Service, which includes a pen, a charger and a pack of 3 flavoured liquids, costs £14. It is a positive step for the well-being of the people in our care and the people who work for us, said Scottish Prison Service spokesman Tom Fox. I think it's money well spent. The health benefits for our staff and those in our care greatly outweigh any initial cost we have introduced in the programme. The air quality in prison has risen by an average of 80% since smoking was banned, according to the Scottish Prison Service. BBC Scotland spoke to some female inmates at H&P Edinburgh who said they were not in favour of the smoking ban, but the vaping kits made it more bearable. There's not been a lot of trouble or anything like that since the smoking ban came in, which you would expect, said one prisoner. And that's down to one fact: we had the vapes. Another added, if we didn't have the vapes, there would be all sorts of trouble. However, the prisoner did raise the issue of cost of the refills. It's costing us more money and some lasses in here can't afford that, said one. But at the same time, it's a good thing for our health. Simon Clark, director of pro-smoking pressure group Forest, said he believed the prison smoking ban went too far. At the very least, inmates should be allowed to light up outside in the exercise yard or designated smoking area, he said. Vaping may satisfy some prisoners, but for many people, vaping is no substitute for smoking. Why not offer e-cigs to those who want to quit and allow them to vape in their cells, but permit designated smoking areas for those who prefer to smoke? Black market. Peter White, who's the chief executive of the charity Positive Futures, which campaigns for the rights of prisoners, said a black market had already developed within Scottish prisons. There seems to be quite a high take-up of the vaping devices supplied by the Scottish Prison Service, and for some people the ban represented an opportunity to give up smoking, he said. There are reports that temper seemed to be a bit shorter for some, and the black market price of tobacco, papers and lighters has rocketed. Half a ounce of tobacco is now reported to be on sale for well over £100. Papers for Rizla papers for £15 and lighters for £50. Inmates will be expected to pay for their own vaping pens and liquids from April this year. Now, obviously, this has already been rolled out in British prisons, yeah. Now, like I say, so it sounds to me like what they're doing in Scotland, they're giving them a vaping kit for free, like a starter pack, and then the prisoners have got to buy their own vaping e-liquid things off the canteen. Now, when I was in Forest Bank in December of 2000, well, obviously I was in there from October 2016, and what they was doing, they were slowly implementing this. And what they was doing, they was giving smoking patches to prisoners at the cost of the prison, right? Because it's a private prison. Now, the smoking patches, guys, you know, like the Nicorette patches, Nicorette gum, that's what they was giving them. I spoke to the person that was doing this officer, and he said to me it costs £10,000 a month for this prison alone, right? And that was a month, and that was for Nicorette patches, Nicorette gum, and stuff like that. And I was in one of the lads' pads, and he sat there smoking a spliff, and he's got the patch. He's got 2 or 3 patches on his arm, right? And he said, I just take them. He said, and I'm getting out soon, so I'm going to take, every time they give them me, I'm going to put a load of them away. He said, I can sell them for 15 quid on the out. So yeah, like I say, it's the smoking ban for me. I feel like the Ministry of Justice, the Prison Officers Association lobbied for the smoking ban. Some prisoners wanted it bringing in as well, but a lot of prisoners smoke. It's just, and the thing is, if you smoke as well, prison puts you under duress massively, and any issues you've got in your life get magnified by about 1 million whilst you are in prison. Now, I don't smoke personally, but if you are stressed, they smoke more. Prisoners will smoke more if they're stressed. Now, by banning the smoking ban, right, all they've really done in a nutshell, they're trying to antagonise prisoners. I genuinely do believe that. It's already implemented. Prisons in England and Wales are 100% smoking free, right? But in Scotland, it's been rolled out since the end of November. Now, I feel like they're trying to antagonise prisoners, and then they say, because it's like poking like a sleeping dog, and then when it bites, they go, look, violent inmates, right? And it annoys me, right? Now, like I say, prisoners should be able to smoke, right? When you're in prison, you're allowed to smoke in your cell. You're not supposed to smoke on the landings, but everybody does. You're supposed to smoke in your cell, and then you can smoke. You can spark up when you're on the yard, right? You only get the yard once a day, and depending on what prison you're in, you might not even get that. Smoking ban, to be honest, all it's done really is it's taken tobacco, pushed it into contraband, which makes prisoners a lot of money, and even prison officers who are bringing it in, and prisoners' families that are smuggling it in. Tobacco, the price goes up, it gets pushed underground, it incurs debt. Where you've got debt, you've got fear, intimidation, bullying, and violence. And then the Prison Officers Association, Mark Fairhurst, who's the national chair of the Prison Officers Association, goes, my officers are getting smashed all over the landings. Well, don't antagonise prisoners, don't lobby for the smoking ban, and then don't cry wolf when you get your asses kicked, because you lobbied for the smoking ban, knowing it was going to see an increase in violence. Apparently in Scotland they're saying it hasn't. I don't buy that one for 1 minute. Yeah. And then they're getting smashed all over the landings. So actually, by taking tobacco away from prisoners, all you've really done is pushed it underground. Prices have skyrocketed. Prisoners are getting fat and rich because those that are getting it in, and prison officers are cashing in as well, right? That incurs debt. Where you've got debt, you've got fear, intimidation, bullying, and violence. And we're already seeing record levels of violence in our prisons and self-harm. And the Prison Officers Association lobbied for it and was going as far as pulling a judicial review of Her Majesty's Prison Service and the Ministry of Justice, so they could get it in, so they could fast track it to get it in. And then they get it in, and they're getting smashed all over the landings, and they don't like it. Well, be careful what you wish for. Tobacco has been used in prison for probably centuries, right? And it's been used as currency to buy things. People will borrow a quarter. They'll have to give £half back, because in prison, if you borrow something, you've got to give double back. It's called double bubble or double trouble. So if you borrow ½ ounce, you've got to give an ounce back. If you borrow an ounce, you've got to give 2 ounces back. That's gone up now. Like, the prices have just gone through the roof. They really, really have. And like I say, it incurs debt, and then you've got the violence and the intimidation and the bullying that comes with it. And then the Prison Officers Association, who lobbied for it, right, are now saying, well, we're getting our asses kicked and we don't like it. Give us Parva spray, give us rigid bar handcuffs. They've already got Kosh's body-worn cameras, which they turn off when they're excessively given a corner kicking. It just angers me a great deal, guys. But smoking, prisoners should be allowed to smoke. For me, simple. Put all the smokers on certain wings, and then all the non-smokers on other wings. That's how they should do it. Now, there are wings where it's like drug-free and stuff and smoke-free, right? But, well, not in England and Wales now, because, like I say, prisons are smoke-free. But, yeah, I would have kept the smoking in prisons, put them all on the same wing, and then had the non-smoking wings. And they do that in some prisons, I'm aware of that. But, like I say, taking tobacco from prisoners is asking for trouble. It's almost like poking a sleeping animal, and then when it bites, they go, look, violent, we're not handling this, we're going to do a walkout because we're prison officers and we keep getting attacked. So yeah, guys, what do you think about the story? Do you think it's a waste of taxpayers' money? Do you think it's a liberty? Do you think it's a good idea? It's a bad idea? The smoking ban, good smoking ban. Benefits, health-wise, 1,000,000%. Negatives, I feel like it's antagonising prisoners, and it's going to see an increase in violence, 1,000,000%. And like I said, in prisons, England and Wales, we're already seeing record levels of assaults and self-harm year on year. They're getting record highs year on year. It's going to continue to be that way. They're rolling out Parva spray now in prisons in England and Wales, which is going to see a further increase in violence. Short term, it might stop an incident, but then in the long term, it's going to fuel violence. If you look through my timeline, there's an interview I did with the Prison Officers Association National Chair, Mark Fairhurst, a scumbag who works at Walton Jail. Wants prisoners in orange shackles, wants tactical use of taser for prison officers, wants us locked up 23 hours a day, and then when we get out, he wants us shackled like in America, like chain gangs and stuff. Wants us in orange Guantanamo-style jumpsuits, hates prisoners, despises prisoners, old school prison officer screw. Just a horrible piece of work, guys. I swear to God, I hope I never end up back in jail. I get fucking terrorised by the screws for doing all these videos and speaking out. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it here anyway. Let me know what you think about the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.